Good morning, guys, and welcome back to Jesse Invests, the Success Seekers. I appreciate you checking out this video. Today we're going to dive into my dividend updates in the last month, anything I've earned, anything I've bought, any changes to the portfolio. So got some juicy content coming in. So go ahead and hit that like button down below and hit that subscribe button. It helps me out so much. But without further ado, let's dive in. So when I make these videos, I typically tell you guys my dividend payments towards the very end. I just wanted to let you know that I will not make you wait to get to the whole video to find out what I was paid. I'm bumping that up a little closer to the beginning of the vid. Okay, so first I did want to go over my month-over-month return versus the index. So right here, we can see I punched in the info for July 24, which is like the last day of June. And here's where we are at. So if we look right here, we can see that S&P 500 is continuing with a steady, sharp upwards trend. M1 dividends is slowly going up. We've got gold dropping underneath my Roth IRA, which means my Roth IRA is right now on a set to return more than gold is, which gold was tied with it for a while. Meanwhile, Bitcoin is way underneath the bottom bar, and Bitcoin struggling to be relevant. But we'll see how that goes. Bitcoin is the most volatile out of them all. So jumping into the next thing, we're going to look at the best and worst performers of the month. The best performer of the month happened to be in the tech, and it was Apple. Let's go to the last 1 month. It's already selected. 10%. Apple stock went up 10% in the last month. I love to see that. Apple, I feel like, is undervalued. It has been for a while. I think that they have the ability to whip something out in the AI department and surprise us all. So I'm excited that it went up. I believe in them a lot. And the worst performer of the last month happened to be Kroger with a drop of almost 5%, I believe. Yes, minus 4.55%. But Kroger is a staple. I am not worried about it at all. If you go to the all-time, I should still be up. I'm still up 16% in my Kroger shares. So I'm not concerned about Kroger. It's a long hold. I don't think that they're going to outpace the market or outpace a lot of other stocks, but it's just a solid company. I feel like people always have to eat. They always got to go to the grocery store. It's just a consumer staple for me. So going back, let's go right over to the dividend payments of the month. Right after we just do a quick little overview here. I'm at $2,192 in the dividends portfolio. We are planting ourselves pretty solid into the 2Ks. I hope to get to 3K soon. Hope to pass 3K by end of year. I think we'll definitely be able to do that. I have $8.65 in buying power. The dividends have been stacking. That's a little chunk of change right there. I think soon in July, on July 1st, I'm set to receive a dividend from schd for over $6, which is going to be awesome. Because when this amount right here gets past $20, it automatically reinvests it, drips back into the portfolio. We go to holdings, we go to dividend income. We can see that in 2023, we earned $12 in income from this portfolio. In 2024, we are set to, by the end of the year, earn 51. That's why I knew it felt more than that, but we just haven't earned it yet. So for June total, it's looking like we got paid $5.82 in total in this portfolio. And in July, we are set to receive $7.61. So July is going to be one of our biggest months of the year. So stay tuned for that video next month. But we earned almost $6 in this portfolio this time around. So let's head in to see what dividends we got paid so far this month. So if we start at June 3rd, we got paid 42 cents in dividends from Kroger. Like I said, Kroger's a good staple. I love them. We got paid same day 21 cents from Aflac. We got paid on the 5th 52 cents from jepi. On the 7th, we got paid 39 cents from SGov, our Treasury bond ETF. On the 10th, we got paid 35 cents from Target. On the 13th, Microsoft paid us 12 cents. And on the 14th, the next day, O Realty Income paid us 56 cents. Same day. It's been a busy month, guys. Same day, Hershey pays us 33 cents for dividends from the Hershey Company. And on the 17th, a couple days later, McDonald's comes through paying us 51 cents. And on the 21st, Waste Management pays us 27 cents. And a few days ago on the 25th, Texas Roadhouse came through paying me 38 cents. And nice big one here on the 25th, same day, VYMI, my international high dividend yield ETF, paid us $1.76. That's a payment every couple days, or sometimes multiple payments a day. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is 12 paychecks we received this month. All small, but the idea is we take that paycheck, we invest it right back into the company or other companies in the portfolio to grow the amount of stock we have in them, which grows the dividend. Combined with a couple other compounding factors, and over time, this 38 cents from Texas Roadhouse will be $38. The 27 cents from Waste Management will be $27. McDonald's will be $51. VYMI will be $176. And then so forth and so on and so forth, that by the time I'm like 50 years old and it's time to start taking money out, the dividends out, we're making $1,000 from VMY. We're getting $380 from Texas Roadhouse, $250 there, $500 there. That every time a dividend comes through, McDonald's can pay for my car payment. Target can come through every 3 months and pay for my credit card bill. That's the goal, and we are headed solid up there. It'll take time, and over time, more contributions and higher contributions, but we're doing good. And if you guys can do this too, it's nothing to it. Now that we got the dividend income sorted out over all of those, we'll go into a couple other things that may be interesting to you, such as what changes did I make to this portfolio. So, I decided that if you guys have been watching for a while on my update videos, you probably have noticed video by video that I slowly get more and more growth focused and less caring about the dividend income percentage, the dividend yield. You might be thinking, oh my gosh, this is turning into just a growth portfolio. This isn't a dividend portfolio anymore. It's so much growth. Well, not really. That dividend percentage is still between 2 and 3% dividend that we get paid on total average. But mainly, guys, I've just come to a realization as I've learned more about the market as time goes on. I'm not perfect. I know a lot. I've been doing this since about 2019. So I've been doing this for 5 years, but I'm still learning. When I first started, I didn't know crap about investing. And slowly over time, I'm discovering what works, what doesn't, what works but isn't efficient versus what works and is efficient. So I'm finding that investing in dividends when you're my young age and you have so many years to take risks on and grow with more risky positions that pay less in dividend but grow more in the price of the stock, I'm realizing that is what you should be focusing on. So, but I really love a dividends portfolio. I need to have these dividend payments. This is like the lifeblood of not only my channel but my investing. I love doing this so much. I love buying stocks that pay me just for having them. So we're keeping this dividend portfolio, obviously, and slowly over time, we will focus less on growth and more on specific stocks that give us good dividends. But for right now, I've went ahead and I have changed the core growth section of the portfolio. First off, you may have noticed that there is no money market fund anymore. There's not seven slices of my portfolio. It was growth, industrials, tech, grocery, financials, restaurants, and money market. Well, money market was SGov. I bought shares of SGov. My capital that I put in there didn't move up or down. It stayed still. And I earned about 5% in interest on that money. It's like a 5% dividend. Well, the dividend was great. It's an amazing high dividend. But my capital didn't move at all. It's like parking at a high yield savings account. Well, I have a high yield savings account for that purpose. The money in this dividends portfolio should be earning me dividends, not interest. Dividends. It should be invested in stocks so the stock can grow while also paying me dividends. So I've decided to cut out the money market fund, and I took that extra 5% I was putting in there and turned all of these sectors right here from 9 to 10, 9 to 10, 9 to 10, 9 to 10, 9 to 10. So now it's more straightforward. 50% of my portfolio here is going into individual stocks. 10% industrial, 10% tech, 10% grocery, 10% finance, and 10% restaurants. 50%, and I don't want this to drop below 50 anymore, my new kind of thought process, is the growth section. At least half my portfolio is in this growth section. So you see I got $1,000 in it versus 200 in each of all of these. In my growth section, since it's so much of my portfolio, I wanted to take a moment and decide, is this really maximizing my potential income? Is this the most efficient way of deploying my money? I decided it was very close, not 100%. I decided to remove jepi and schg. I just recently got schg, but after doing some more diving in it, I realized that, yes, it's been performing amazing the last year, 3 years, 5 years even, but it's all large cap. From 2000 to 2010, I believe it was, or maybe it was 2010 to 2020, but for 10 years in the 2000s, large cap sucked. They didn't do much. They were stagnant or decreasing. So I've decided that there's a possibility that SDHG could just be useless to me for a decade. Versus S&P 500, which is automatically pulling out positions based on market cap, and it's adjusting automatically. It has small cap, it has high cap, it has whatever is performing well in that top 500 stocks. So I've switched to SCHG with a longtime favorite of mine that I have in other portfolios, VU. I've removed jepi's 10% because it's kind of similar to SGov. It is only a dividend. The capital doesn't really change. It changes a little bit more than SGov, but the capital doesn't move. I'm not there yet. When I get to 50, 60, when I'm ready to pull the money out, I can jump out and sell all of my positions on VU and all these growth positions that don't pay a huge dividend. I can take all my profits and buy a bunch of jepi, so my dividend payments shoot up. But right now, I need that capital to grow. So my new growth section is 45% of SCHD, still a growth/dividend position. It has a high dividend of about 4% right now. 10% is in VYMI to have some international exposure, and it also pays a really high dividend of about 4% as well. And then I have 45% in VU. VU is the S&P 500 ETF. It tracks the S&P 500, but it also pays a decent dividend. It's like 2-something% versus SCHG's 0.3% of a dividend. Not only was SCHG specific in one sector of the S&P with large cap, but it also didn't really pay any dividend at all. At the end of the day, this is a dividend portfolio. I would like for it to pay some dividend. So VU is added in with a 2% dividend. And I really love the growth we're going to have in the portfolio now, guys. It is really high. If you go to share and you compare the performance of this, the theoretical performance, as if I started a year, 3 year, and 5 years ago, it shows that in the last year and 3 years, my dividend portfolio was lagging behind the market between 5 and 10%, which is kind of big, I will say. But in the last 5 years compared to the S&P 500, I've overperformed it by 40%. So if I had started investing in this portfolio 5 years ago instead of VU 5 years ago, or the S&P 500 5 years ago, I would have outperformed by over 8% a year, which is really high. But like I said, we're not trying to outperform it, but I just need more growth. So I'm a lot happier with where we're at right now. And this, I feel like, in the first time in a long time, I'm so comfortable with it, and I'm just going to leave it untouched. There's a lot of modifying this year, a lot of changing percentages, especially this month. And I just feel like I'm at peace with where we're at. We're just in a really good position. I love all the positions I have. I have thought about maybe going into industrials and removing John Deere just because it's lagging behind Caterpillar. But right now, no. I'm just going to let it compound, have the effect it has, and just enjoy my positions here that I hold 18 holdings, but as soon as jepi's sold, it'll be 17 positions. I would like ideally probably to get to 15 and stay at 15 or under, but right now 17 is the lowest I've had in a while, and I just feel really good about that. So that's where we're at, guys. As far as updated totals go, we can go to the Div Tracker real quick and see that my annual dividend income in this portfolio is $59.39, about $5 a month, $1 a week, 16 cents a day or 1 cent an hour, and my yield on cost is 3% right now, so I'm earning 3% dividend across the board. And there's one more thing we could do. We could go to my monthly dividend income sheet here, and we can see that in June, across both portfolios, we're at about $16.42 in income. We have an average monthly income this year of $12 in dividends, and so far we've earned $72 this year in dividends across both portfolios, the retirement and my M1. So that was a lot of info, but hopefully you guys are able to keep up with all that. Again, if you guys can like down below, it helps me out so much. If you can hit sub, that'd be great. We just passed 300. That is no small number. I just wanted to appreciate all of you guys so much for watching my content every day and I love to post, and I'll post if nobody watches, but I just really appreciate that you guys watch and comment and interact. It shows me that someone's getting something out of my knowledge, and that just really makes me feel great. I love it. It's awesome. I really want to be helping you guys. So yeah, that'll do it. But hit that like, hit that sub button down below, and hit that link tree in my comment section down below in my description to stay up to date with my soon-to-be launching Instagram for this account, as well as spreadsheet resources, newsletters, anything like that will be down in the description. Without further ado, guys, keep investing. Thanks.